Author Jordan Hermani, a news editor for CM Life, wrote an article in the September 15th edition. The name of the article was Voting for a Third Party is a Pointless, Wasted Vote. In the article, she talks about how voting for a third party candidate takes away votes from candidates that actually have a chance at winning. She also touches a little bit on foreign policy by saying that the chances a third party candidate has of getting elected are similar to the chances that Russia and the US agree on every foreign policy. Not only does Hermione show negativity towards one candidate, she shows it towards both. She says that voters need to vote for the lesser of two evils this year. This article was written by guest columnist Nick Bussman and was published in the September 26th edition of CM Life. In the article, he talks about how college graduates with expertise in technology are leaving Michigan. Bussman also says that this is threatening the state's economy. Bussman believes that Hillary Clinton will help this problem with the Computer Science for All initiative. This plan gives $4 billion in fundings for states, and Clinton said she would double that number. Bussman thinks that with proper funding and a healthy economy, Michigan would experience a tech surge. Bussman later makes negative comments towards Donald Trump, stating that under a Trump administration, Michigan could never reach the benefits of a booming tech industry. This is a clip from the first presidential debate, which happened after these two newspapers had been published.
The difference between the two of you concerns the wealthy. Secretary Clinton, you're calling for a tax increase in the wealthiest Americans. I'd like you to further defend that. And Mr. Trump, you're calling for tax cuts for the wealthy. I'd like you to defend that. And this next 2-minute answer goes to you, Mr. Trump.
After the first debate, there was no CM Life news coverage. This is a clip of the second presidential debate.
I think you understood what was said. This was locker room talk. I'm not proud of it. I apologize to my family. I apologize to the American people. Certainly, I'm not proud of it, but this is locker room talk.
Picking Your President is the 40th edition of CM Life, and it took place on October 10th, 2016. However, it included no coverage on the second presidential election, even though it took place the day before. Another news story that is in this edition is written by Greg Horner, who is a staff reporter. His article is called Sanders Draws Millennials to Lansing for Clinton Campaign. This piece asks the opinions of Michigan State students. These opinions were mostly about whether or not Clinton gained more support due to Sanders' endorsement. One Michigan State student said, "I don't like either candidates now, but I think Bernie might be able to convince me to vote for her." One of the articles in this edition is a news story written by Harmani called The Power of Your Vote. It talks about the power of the millennials' vote. It also was the cover page story. However, there is no bias in this since it's just establishing facts and quoted material from experts about the population of millennial voters. This is a clip from the third presidential debate. It took place between the editions 40 and 44 of CM Life.
I think the most important question of this evening, Chris, is finally, will Donald Trump admit and condemn that the Russians are doing this and make it clear that he will not have the help of Putin in this election, that he rejects Russian espionage against Americans, which he actually encouraged in the past. Those are the questions we need answered. We've never had anything like this happen in any of our elections before.
That was a great pivot off the fact that you want open borders.
Once again, CM Life did not provide any information or coverage on the presidential debates. How Is Your Mental Health is the 44th CM Life edition, which was published on October 24th, 2016. There were 3 political articles in this edition. However, this was a very important paper due to the fact that CM Life editorial board established that they endorsed Hillary Clinton for president. "We endorse her" was an editorial opinion that is biased for Hillary. They do not even mention Trump's name. Instead, they refer to him as the Republican nominee. However, not everyone was on board with the decision to endorse Hillary. Ryan Cameron is a columnist who wrote an article called "Clinton Should Have Been Disqualified Over Emails a Long Time Ago." Although Cameron states that the column is not meant to endorse Trump, it is very clear that it is anti-Clinton. The final political article in this edition was from the editor, called "Newspapers Have a Long History of Recommending Candidates for Office. Here's Why." This article explained that CM Life believes in endorsing because it's the opinion side of writing. It is for sharing what you think, and they believe that is important. Although the article is biased for Hillary Clinton, it mostly focuses on why they endorse and that not everyone has to agree with their decision. Stepping Up was published on November 3rd, 2016, and it is the 47th edition of CM Life. This edition featured letters to the editor. The first one is pro-Trump and is called "A Trump Presidency is the Only Choice for Change in America." The opening line states, "Donald Trump has said terrible things, but none of them would ruin our economy or destroy our country as the election of Hillary Clinton would." This was the first article to support Trump throughout this process of collecting election data for CM Life. The second letter to the editor is titled Writing in Myself on Ballot is Better Choice for President Than Trump, Clinton, Johnson. It talks about how, according to the website PolitiFacts, all of them have lied too many times. The writer ends by saying, "We can't trust Clinton or Trump to tell the truth. I am writing myself in for president."
The cover photo for the 49th edition of CM Life was an unappealing picture, probably chosen out of disgust for his win. The article, Donald Trump elected as 45th President of the United States, Now What?, was written by the editorial board. The style of the article was written as a letter to the president-elect. It was expressed in deep concern in the article how upset they were as a whole that he had won the election. There was a clear struggle to accept him as the president, although they claimed to give him the benefit of the doubt. The article, Unprecedented, was written by Jordan Hermani. The article shows the energy of the election day, starting at Senator Clinton's expected win to the surprising change to Trump's victory. The article shows the Republican Party's excitement as well as the Democratic Party's disappointment. There was slight bias towards the Democratic Party by overexposing the shock and disappointment with the election. In the article, Unity Trumps Hate, the editorial board sums up the election quickly, then talks about the post-election decisions. They pose two options, to accept it or to protest. The article explains what the difficulty means for the country and how hard it will be to accept the results for a long time following this election. We must not let America unravel with the results of a presidential election. Through our research of CM Life election coverage through the months of September to November, we have learned that they were very pro-Hillary and showed much bias towards her. There was a lack of positive coverage for Trump. Even after Trump's victory, it was evident that CM Life was unhappy with the election results, but is willing to give him a chance.